Good morning. Today we step into a world where ambition, power, and vision collide at the highest levels of business. Picture New York City, 2006. A corporate drama is unfolding in the skyscrapers of Manhattan, where every window hides a story and every boardroom is a battlefield. This is no movie. Billions are at stake, and two media titans are at war. Their every move watched by Wall Street and the world. On one side stands Sumner Redstone, the iron-willed patriarch of Viacom, famous for his mantra, "Content is king." He's built an empire and isn't ready to let it slip away. On the other is Tom Freston, the creative mind behind MTV, Nickelodeon, and Comedy Central, a visionary who helped shape pop culture for a generation. Their partnership, once strong and full of promise, is now cracking under the immense pressure of change and expectation. The media world is changing fast, digital platforms are rising, old business models are threatened, and the rules of the game are being rewritten in real time. Redstone wants bold moves and quick results. Freston believes in patient, strategic growth. Their visions for the future could not be more different. Their clash is about more than business. It's ego, legacy, and the very future of entertainment itself. The stakes are personal and professional. The boardrooms are tense, the stakes are sky high, and every decision could tip the balance of power. This is a battle for the soul of television, where innovation and tradition collide in spectacular fashion. The world is watching as these two giants face off, their rivalry making headlines and sparking debates in every corner of the industry. The outcome will shape CBS, Viacom, and the entire media industry for years to come, influencing how we watch, create, and share stories. It's a lesson in leadership, vision, and the dangers of standing still in a world that never stops moving forward. The curtain rises on a showdown that will echo for years, a defining moment in the history of media power struggles. Meet the men at the heart of this story, two visionaries whose paths would shape the destiny of a media empire. Sumner Redstone, Boston-born, Harvard-educated, a survivor and a builder of empires. He was a man who thrived on challenge, always pushing boundaries and never backing down from a fight. Redstone transformed a small theater chain into a global powerhouse through relentless ambition and sheer force of will, expanding his reach into every corner of the entertainment world. He demanded loyalty, results, and total control. He was the undisputed king of his media kingdom, ruling with an iron fist and a sharp mind. Tom Freston, laid back, creative, a world traveler who co-founded MTV and brought a fresh perspective to the industry. Freston had a gift for spotting trends and building brands that defined youth culture, always staying ahead of the curve and inspiring those around him. His leadership was collaborative. He trusted teams, encouraged risk-taking, and stayed close to the creative process, believing that the best ideas could come from anywhere. Redstone ruled from the top down, obsessed with stock prices, bold moves, and the power that came with making the final call. Freston believed in nurturing talent and letting ideas rise from the ground up, fostering an environment where creativity could flourish. Their styles couldn't be more different, one a numbers-driven patriarch, the other a visionary builder of culture, each convinced their way was right. Redstone wanted decisive action and immediate results. Freston valued patience, innovation, and the slow burn of creative success. This fundamental clash set the stage for conflict as their visions for the company began to collide. Redstone saw the company as his legacy, a monument to his power. Freston saw it as a canvas for creativity and innovation. Both were brilliant, but only one could define Viacom's future. The stakes were higher than ever. Their differences would soon become irreconcilable, threatening to tear the company apart. The battle lines were drawn and the fate of an empire hung in the balance. How did it come to this? For years, Viacom and CBS were one massive media empire, TV, movies, books, and more. But by the early 2000s, the company was too sprawling. Investors wanted focus. Analysts argued that splitting Viacom and CBS would unlock value and let each thrive. In 2005, Redstone agreed. Viacom would keep the fast-growing cable networks and Paramount. CBS would hold the traditional broadcast and publishing assets. Freston was tapped to lead the new Viacom, Moonves to run CBS. The split was meant to spark growth and innovation, but Redstone, still chairman of both, kept a close watch. The pressure on Freston to deliver was immediate and intense. With the split complete, Tom Freston had a bold vision. He wanted to transform Viacom into a true digital powerhouse, not just a traditional media company. He saw the future unfolding online and believed Viacom could lead the way if it moved quickly and smartly. Freston's plan was to buy promising startups and invest in innovation, building a foundation for long-term growth rather than simply chasing headlines or making flashy deals for the sake of attention. But Sumner Redstone, ever impatient and watching rivals like News Corp snap up MySpace, wanted a big headline-grabbing move that would put Viacom at the center of the digital revolution overnight. Freston passed on MySpace, wary of its high price tag and skeptical about its long-term value, fearing it could become a costly mistake. Redstone saw this as a huge blunder, a missed opportunity to lead in the digital space, and a sign that Viacom was falling behind its competitors. Freston argued for a string of pearls strategy, making a series of smaller, smarter acquisitions that would add up to something powerful over time, rather than betting everything on one risky deal. But to Redstone, this caution looked like weakness, a lack of boldness at a critical moment. The disagreement soon became deeply personal, a battle not just over strategy, but over the very direction and identity of the company. As Viacom's stock lagged and investors grew restless, Redstone's frustration only intensified, fueling the conflict. Freston's careful, methodical approach clashed head-on with Redstone's demand for instant, dramatic results. The boardroom became a battleground, with each side convinced they alone could save Viacom's future. The very soul of Viacom now hung in the balance as the company teetered between two visions. The tension was about to explode, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown that would define Viacom's destiny. All of this played out in the high-pressure world of New York City. Wall Street demanded quick wins and rising stock prices. In this city, perception is everything. Reputations are made and broken overnight. Redstone thrived in this environment, feeling every headline and market dip. Murdoch's MySpace deal wasn't just business, it was a public challenge. Freston, more at home in creative circles, believed in long-term brand building, but New York's relentless pace and focus on short-term results favored Redstone's style. Freston's patience looked like weakness to investors and the press. The city's culture made Redstone's impatience inevitable. In the end, New York's unforgiving business climate sealed Freston's fate. September 2006, Redstone fires Freston. The media world is stunned. The creative force behind Viacom is out. Redstone blames the stock price and the MySpace miss. A loyalist, Philippe Dauman, takes over. The focus shifts to cost-cutting, not creativity. Viacom loses its edge, falling behind in digital. Ironically, MySpace fades fast. YouTube, which Viacom passed on, becomes a giant. Viacom sues YouTube instead of partnering, a historic blunder. The company spends years playing catch-up as streaming takes over. In 2019, CBS and Viacom reunite, trying to regain lost ground. The Redstone-Freston saga is a cautionary tale. Short-term thinking and personal clashes can change an entire industry. The battle for Viacom's soul shaped the future of media.